Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 283. The album that I would like to review today is Kool Rap with his second album, um, Roots of Evil, released in 1998. Alright, you guys should know who Kool Rap is. I did a review on all three of the Kool Rap DJ Polo group albums. Road to the Riches, Ones That Dead or Alive, Living or Die. I also did the 456 album, and also did Rated X. That was like a highly requested review that people wanted me to do. Shout out to Chris, a couple other people that requested me to do that review. Let me get a swig of water. Before I start, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yesterday, happy belated Thanksgiving. For those that don't celebrate it, hope you had a wonderful day. And today's Black Friday, everybody's shopping and that kind of thing. But honestly, I think the whole Black Friday thing is such a scam. I never went shopping. The closest thing I went shopping on Black Friday was back in 2008. I went to a record store. I went digging. I was like the only dude there, and I'm still friends with the owner there, Confusion Records, on Lake Park in Florida, like Palm Beach Gardens, Riviera Beach area. So if you're ever in like Palm Beach, look up Confusion Records. John Clements, very good dude right there. But yeah, getting back to this album, yeah. So this was released in '98, 3 years after 456. So there was a very dope article that I used to have bookmarked, but then Sune, shout out to Sune's, who's a 5%er, Godbody, he took it down. He's pretty much like an interview that he did around this time, the Roots of Evil era, and he did like a nice detailed look back of this album, like around that time, his mind frame at the time and things like that. When he took it down, I would have shared it, posted in the description box. But yeah, unfortunately, but I do remember some stuff where he said that he felt like the 456 album was rushed, which kind of makes sense. The only reason I say that is because the amount of tracks that he had on the album. I believe he only had like 11 tracks on the album. I would have loved like 4 more tracks, at least 4 or 5 more tracks. I know that's asking a bit much, but at that time he had street beef. You know what I mean? So he had to record upstate, kind of similar to like 50 Cent with recording Guess Who's Back and like some of the mixtapes and stuff. Like he had to go to Canada to record. And with this album, he ended up like moving to Arizona and that kind of thing, laying low, that kind of thing. He ended up having a new record label, which was started by him, Ill Street Records, which was like a homage to Ill Street Blues and that kind of thing. So I thought it was pretty cool. So it's totally independent, you know what I mean? So, which kind of explains why this album, over the years has been kind of hard to find. But I'll talk about that later on. But yeah, Kool Rap, Roots of Evil. This album spawned 2 singles. The singles include Foul Cats, one of my favorite tracks of the album, and Can't Stop the Shine, featuring Miss Jones. All right, so now let's get into what the album looks like. As you can see here, you got Kool Rap right here, very dope, kind of like a comic book esque type of image of Kool Rap, really dope. Paying homage to Scarface, the late great Tony Montana. Recipes to him. He went out like a G, played by Al Pacino. And then you also got like the puppet hand with the strings, kind of like a homage to Godfather, the Godfather series. So it's like a mixture of Godfather and Scarface meets together. So I think it's pretty dope. Also, I just want to show you guys something real quick. So I'm on this, and this is the UK, the European version of Kool Rap, Roots of Evil. It's just very bland, very generic. You see the puppet hand, and that's it. That's the UK version rather. And then you got this version, which is the US version, which I think fits a lot better for Kool Rap in my personal opinion. So just had to throw it out there, right? So now let me show you what the album looks like. So in the back you see like some money burning, that kind of thing, pretty cool. It's on fire, it's getting burnt. Show you what the CD looks like. Alright, pretty cool. Open it up. See the back, it's like pretty much the album cover, that kind of thing. And then you see right here, you got like a kind of like a 3D version of Kool Rap. Kind of looks like something out of like GoldenEye, like with the graphics, '97 graphics and that kind of thing. And also this album was recorded between '97 and '98, so kind of explains the graphics like there. And then you got like the negative photo effect. I really love that. Always loved that. I thought that was pretty cool. You got 3 pictures of the Kool Rap just sitting with his machine gun, that kind of thing. Now let's get into the producers of the album. Producers include Dr. Butcher, Fade for Underworld Productions, Dr. Butcher, CJ Moore. CJ Moore is a dope producer, dope shit. Haji for Helium Productions, Fade I mentioned before, Rich Farb, not sure who that is, Dr. Butcher I mentioned before, A. Evans, E. Thompson, Kool Rap himself, Jay Stank, did a co-production on one of his, 2 of the songs, and Jay Stank does like one solo track. Alright, now let's get into the features. Features is kept to a minimum. Papoose, he has the same Papoose that Dugication, Papoose, Alphabetical Slaughter. Papoose, one point was married to that bitch Remy Ma. Yeah, so that Papoose, because at that time, he was rolling under DR period, because that was his artist, and he discovered Papoose. He was under like that whole Rock Boy, that next level productions of Rock Boy. It's part of that whole clique. So he was affiliated with DR period, Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler. He was part of that whole clique, that whole camp. So that's how he started off. Then you got Jinx, aka Jinx the Juvie. Everybody should know Jinx. If you're a mixtape head, you know about Jinx the Juvie. He was a Russell Simmons artist. He was signed by Def Jam at one point, but I think he got a murder charge or whatever the case may be. He's doing life right now, so never gonna see the light of day, unfortunately. Kim Leon and Johnny Two Guns, Poker Face, and Miss Jones. Miss Jones, singer, R&B singer, who kind of had that short-lived career. She was featured on AZ's Sugar Hill. Did a couple other joints. Did a song on here as well. She had her own album that she dropped around the same time, and she was also, if you're a New Yorker, you know that she was part of Hot 97. She had a show on there. I think from like '99 to 2003 up until she moved to I think she's doing radio in Philly. So, but at one point she was a radio personality for Hot 97. Like she did like the morning show, kind of like with Laura Stiles, Rosenberg's bitch ass, and Ebro's bitch ass. I can't stand them dudes. Them to me are culture vultures. That's my personal opinion. But I'm getting off topic. But she had the show, and then they took over and that kind of thing. So, all right, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the album, the breakdown, like I usually do. Before I do that, I'm gonna get a swig of water. All right, now let's get into the album. The first track is the intro. So the intro starts off with Kool Rap. He plays a hitman. He's pretty much like a hitman for hire, and somebody calls him in, calling him for work. Hey, yo, got some work for you. Meet me at a certain. You gotta meet at this location at a certain time. And Kool is kind of annoying. Like, who the fuck you talking to? Like, the way he's talking at Kool Rap. Like, who the fuck you talking to? Yo, just be there. Like, I heard you. You don't gotta tell me twice. That kind of on that kind of energy. And then after he hangs up the phone, he gets a phone call. Somebody rings his doorbell, so he goes to the doorbell, and somebody lined him up, and so that dude, that called, lined up Kool Rap, and actually shot him in his front door, kind of on some like Tony Manolo shit, when Tony found out that he was messing with Gina, Tony's sister, shot him in the doorway or some shit like that. And so it's kind of the same effect, on this intro. And then when Kuja tried to get to the phone, try to call 911, it was too late. He ended up getting killed, so he ended up dying and shit like that on the phone. So that was track one, intro. Track two, Hitman's Diary. That was produced by Dr. Butcher. That was a pretty cool track. Like I said, kind of continuation of the intro. Pretty much him playing a hitman for hire, but later on trying to, somebody trying to line him up and that kind of thing. The same person that hired him trying to line him up, and he talks about that in his song. Really, really dope track. Kind of like a fast-paced beat, but Kool was rapping fast, but he's going in between, so I think it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me like a car going through cars and that kind of thing. So that's what I got. That like his delivery on the song kind of reminds me of that. But I like the line when he says, "We still going to where the cat be with AKs all day. Call the nigga J. Call the nigga Damien for me, okay? Make it about 338 straight. This is what you say. Hey yo, we fucked up. We got away. If he play, I'ma split his toupee. We on our way to this nigga's office with armed forces. He's showing softness and watching horse racing with other bosses. Whoo! Fire. Love that shit. So that was track two, Hitman's Diary. Track three, One Dark Night. One of my favorite tracks of the album. Really solid track. In this track, he talks about, pretty much like he's chilling in his house, and he, there's like four assailants. He's pretty much trying to home invade Kool house, trying to, murk him, trying to line him up. But he pretty much ended up killing all four of them, that kind of thing. It's very short. Love the piano beat. Nice. It's a nice beat, really dark. Has a rain effect, like a dark rainy night. Kind of has like that effect to it. Really solid. I really enjoyed that. I like the line when he says, "When I play Mother Nature when I play Mother Nature before you do, I'm clapping thunder tonight. I step right inside the street light. My gun it was bright. Send him to kiss Christ and let my shit slice in front of him twice. Let one splice. His fucking with Price ain't trying to be nice. I want him in on ice. No back home to a son and wife. He tried to roll dice with real life. He got his guns in the vice. Niggas was in tights to lead his life shites, but none of it's nice. Damn. Woo. Man, no mercy on them niggas, man. Don't fucking Kool rap, man. He was, man, he lethal on this shit. So that was track three, One Dark Night. One of my favorite tracks, very short, about a minute and a half, like about a minute and 45 seconds long, close to 2 minutes. So it's very short but to the point. You know what I mean? Really dope. Track four, Foul Cats. One of my favorite tracks of the album. Is actually the first single of the album. Really, really dope track right here. Love this shit. Really, really talks about. I really wish there was a video for this. But unfortunately there's no video for it. In this track he talks about getting revenge after he got ambushed at home. He kind of gets revenge of that shit and kind of thing. It's kind of like a nice follow-up to the tracks. Like it's like a theme to it, it's like he's hitman for hire. He gets lined up, but then in the second story he ends up somebody trying to line him up, kill them up. Then he gets away, and then he's at home chilling, sleeping, whatever he's doing, and then people try to kill him, trying to revenge from the dudes getting killed, and vice versa. And then Foul Cats is pretty much him getting vengeance from that kind of thing. So that's what Foul Cats is about. Love the video. I love the beat. Love that shit. I love the line when he says, "Yo, fuck that AO Black with a sack of heroin and that. I'm about to give Cat some motherfucking railroad tracks. We dumped the whole bag inside a spoon, left the room to heat that, came back, grabbed the nigga arm black, put the raw shit in nigga vein. When watch the needle drain, went from being restrained to getting mad tame. Let's get a moment, nigga started zoning. His mouth forming like he got possessed by the omen. His bitch was reaching for the phone and I had to smoke with the chrome man. Left her on the floor moaning. Cock back, I had to finish this. No my steed, leave no witnesses. Shot and got the fuck out of the premises. Whew, fuck. Just the way he's, yo, oh my god, I fucking love that, man. Really solid shit right there. I mean, he has so much quotables, but that line specifically always stood to me. I love that. So that was track 4 of Foul Cats. I really wish they had a video for that, man. Track 5, Tequila Sunrise, dope track right here. In this track, he talks about a drug deal gone bad with the cartel, with the Mexican cartel, that kind of thing. So I don't know if he's like in the States or he's like in the Mexican border, like in Texas, and because he was in Arizona. So it's probably like shit that he's seen firsthand, or just like, you know, fictional shit. But you would think, but the way he raps, you would feel like he's there. Like, the way he paint pictures is so fucking dope. That's another thing too. Like, people don't give Kool Rap his just due when it comes to like telling stories, man. They always talk about Biggie, they talk about Slick Rick and other people. They never talk about Kool Rap, and it's sad. But in this talk, like Tequila Sunrise, like I mentioned before, Joe Doe going bad with the cartel. I like the line where he says, "I'm cocking low, ready to hit foes on dirt roads, making my hand jerk from each burst I gave the blow. Keeping alert though, get them red glows, giving them shirt holes. Whoo, fire. Love that shit." So that was track 5, Tequila Sunrise. Track 6, At the Wake. Man, this skit is so fucked up. So, Kool Rap and a couple of his crew, they were at a funeral home for one of their ops that got killed. So pretty much like a spit in the face in the enemy's family. So they're attending the funeral wake, and they see him. They fucking laughing. Kool like, yo, shit, don't laugh, yo, just keep it, hush. And then so Kool Rap goes to his enemy's coffin, and he hucks a loogie and spits in the dude's face. So fucking grimy, man. Crazy track. It was a skit, but yeah. And then it follows up to what track 7, Home Sweet Funeral Home, featuring Papoose and Jinx, or Jinx and Juvie. Fucking dope track right there. Like I said, in this track he talks about, you acting tough will get you a trip to the funeral home, and that's pretty much what I got. Like just kind of like know your lane, that kind of thing. So that's what I got from that. I like the line by Papoose when he says, "Never regret a threat. I meant mine. Soon as I let the infrared shine, everybody knows the deck time. Don't go against mine. I make a wino bleed red wine. Sometimes my own people slick talk, trying to test mine. Gotta get out of line, so I get them deadlines. Even disrespectful, respect mom. Lightweighted, but I rep mine. I don't lift weights, but I bench press a Tech 9. Woo, fire. Jinx when he says, "Time to retaliate. These fellas acting like they holding weight. I froze the gate, walking across the seas like Moses, made approaching rappers. Me and G-Rap be rap clappers, rapper clapper. Try to attack us, we break y'all down like we common factors." Woo. G-Rap when he says, "You was full of shit, you should have taken enema. It might have not been 10 of us. Murderers turn the street into a cinema. Swinging gas like pendulum, shit out the 9 double. I'm heaming them. Match with 100 gas, send them to the minimum. Woo, fire. Love that shit. So that was track 7, Home Sweet Home Funeral Home. Then we got track 8, Mobsters. Dope track. This song is pretty much, he does like reference of different mobsters different mobsters of the past, that kind of thing. He doesn't just talk about John Guy like everybody else does. Like everybody he actually goes in depth. He talks about Paul Castellano, he talks about Lucky Luciano and Frank Nitti, and people like that. So he gets into really deep. It's kind of his answer to Judge's labels, but in mafia form. That's the best way I could describe it. You know what I mean? I like the line when he said, "Bad for your breath, machine gun Kelton, your Dillinger death messenger, known to carry a 6-cylinder, Look for my army, fatigues to Giorgio Armani's, holding the Tommy. No one can harm me. Willing Tommy tried to alarm me. Quote, he turned to smoke salami. Whoo! Fire. So that was track 8, Mobsters. Track 9, Let the Games Begin. One of my favorite tracks of the album. I love the dark piano. Um, love the drums and stuff like that. From what I understand, the sample's like from a gospel record, but man, that shit sounds so dark, man. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, really dope shit right there. I love the line when he says, the real cat, pack of a still got, baby, feel that, leave you flame, leave you laying flat with the shit clap and peel back, battle at the rap shit or put you in the back of the Cadillac. A bad decision to fuck your whole vision like cataracts. Bad roses on a dead foe, laying in the wet clothes when the head blows, your whole brain be exposed. Get your body torn out the frame like lead throws. None of my victims ever bled slow. Stiff as Agapole, that's how it goes, baby. Woo, fire, man. Fire. Woo, love that shit. So that was track 9, Let the Games Begin. Track 10, A Thug's Love Story. Chapter 1, 2, and 3. One of the most underrated hip-hop stories in hip-hop's history. It's probably the best one, if you ask me. There's a lot of dope hip-hop stories, but this, oh my god. So the story with this track is, when he was recording the album, Dr. Butcher sent him, both him and Dr. Butcher and CJ Moore made the beat. But the thing was, when because at the time, Kool Rap was trying to get with the hotter producers at the time, like Large Professor, Isimo B, Lord Finesse, and people like that. But because of his status at the time in the streets, he was too hot to be around with. So there's like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. That's my impression. So he couldn't get that. So he got with Rich Five, CJ Moore, Dr. Butcher, and people like that. So with that being said, the backstory, also when they sent in the beat, it was only one beat, and it was like, yo, this beat is so hot. Like he wrote it in like one take. It was like, yo, it's a lot. So what had happened was, their idea was like to break each verse. Each verse was a different beat. You know what I mean? So the song is about like 9 minutes long. So that was the producer's idea, to break the songs into like 3 different verses, like 3 different beats and that kind of thing. So Kool Rap, he said in an interview, it took him like 2 to 3 days to record the track, to write the track and record it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So what this song is about is pretty much Kool Rap meets a girl, a Latina, you know what I mean, falls in love with this chick, you know what I mean. They get together, you know what I mean. They made love, they did thing, hitting the skins, you know what I mean. And and from then on, they became an item. And then they ended up going to the Poconos. Poconos, for those that don't know, the Poconos is a resort out in Pennsylvania. It's like a cabin resort, you know what I mean. It's really nice, you know what I mean. You have like a group of friends and family. You want to get away from the weekend. That's like the perfect getaway place to go to, especially if you have a girl, or you have a family of your own, or you want to do parties. You want to get away from New York or whatever the city. You go to Poconos, that kind of thing. I went to the Poconos, but when I was young, I didn't really appreciate it. So now I would definitely appreciate it more. But back then, I was like, I don't want to be away from a house. I don't want to be away from Queens. So let's just say that I ended that trip real quick with my family. Oh my god! But anyways, getting back to the track. He's with his girl at the Poconos, but then again with One Dark Night, they were both victims of home invasion. So they try to ambush, try to kill him. He killed them off. He escapes in a snowmobile, and then they go to Cayman Islands to escape from what happened here in the States. And then those same people that try to ambush Kool Rap and his girl, they caught up with them, got held him hostage. One of them ended up getting killing his girl. Kool got pissed off, obviously, ended up killing all of them, and then by the time he killed them off, his girl died, and that's pretty much the story of this song. And I wrote, some of my favorite lines on this shit. I like the line where he says, "Jumped off the balcony like a Falcon G, with honey right in back of me. Fell on the top of the snow in agony. Shit was thick, couldn't get to the sixth. They loaded the fifth. Saw the snowmobile. Yo, fuck it. We sort of jumped it. Get on the top of the shit and peeled. Mad soldiers out in the field, but and they still the raw deal. Killer be killed. Shit is real. 10 hit. Right on my heels, trying to make this thug's blood spill. Fucking dope, man. Fucking dope. I love that shit, man. And that song, I know over time it ended up getting like, a cult following, but man, fucking dope. All right. Then we got track 11, The Boss's Lady featuring Chameleon. Really dope track. I remember at first I used to skip this track. Didn't really do much for me, but like when I revisited this album to like write my notes and stuff like that, dope track. I love the beat for it. It has like the kind of like a 70s, like a late 70s disco feel to it, like kind of like very, like with the strings, kind of like some shit we hear like on the Diana Ross song. It's actually a Sister Sled sample. Really really dope. So the premise of this song is pretty much how Tony Montana took Elvira from Frank Lopez. That's pretty much the same. That's pretty much the song. Kool jacking the boss's lady and making it his. You know what I mean? But he's doing that in rap form, so I thought that was pretty cool. Really, really dope. I like the line where he said, "Had to have her since my first glance at her. Pimp stance at her, watching men throw Benjamin grants at her. Bottles of Italy, France at her. Advance at her, spit romance at her. Champagne glass chatter. All fatter than the actress up in Family." Ass fatter than the actress up in Family Matters. Lip thicker than Mick Jagger's. Dick so hard that she could stab her. She pushed a sick Jaguar. Painted shine like it was black lacquer. Carried a small guy for backup. Whole shit spectacular. Whew, fire, man. Dope shit right there. So that was track 11, The Boss's Lady. Track 12, Mafioso. One of my favorite tracks of the album. Really enjoyed that. That's produced by Rich Five. Love the line by it when he says, "Who's Mac the most shit? Smoke your whole clique with roach clips. Who flows ramped up enough to hold drips and float ships. No more shifts. Hold enough chips to toast Chris. It's G-Rap the cat stats on your wanted most list. I wrote this so you could sweat this and soak this. Get the focus. The made family kid, not the bogus. Your crime culprits. Put hot shit up in you like holsters. Left for the vultures with the DJs picking up cultures. Woo, fire! Love this shit. Mafioso, definitely one of my favorite tracks. Track 13, Thug's Anthem, featuring Johnny Two Guns, and Poker Face. So according to Wikipedia, this song was recorded in 1995. Definitely ahead of its time. It does not sound like anything. It was recorded in 95. If anything, it sounded like it was recorded like around 97, 98. But I mean, definitely ahead of its time for 95. I'll tell you that. Yeah, dope track. It kind of has like a Spanish guitar folk feel to it. Really dope. I like the line by G-Rap when he says, "Flood the whole block with paramedics and coroners. I can roll up by myself and make a street close. Yo, you could be 20 deep and still get your feet rolls. Believe me, ain't none of them running up when the heat blow. You sleep though, your whole sweet and low. Free to go deeper than them 6 feet low." Whew, fire. Dope shit right there. So that was track 13, Thug's Anthem. Johnny Two Guns and Poker Face, they were aight, you know what I mean? They were kind of average in my opinion. Track 14, The Heat. Woo! One of my favorite tracks on the album. This song I used to always skip. Never liked. I mean, it's not that I didn't like it, but it wasn't my go to. But again, revisiting this album, I really enjoyed the album. I really enjoyed the song. That was produced by CJ Moore and Dr. Butcher. Really dope track. I like the gritty piano, the gritty drums on it. Definitely sound like something that could have been on 456. Oh, it was definitely perfect on this album. Just that SP 1200 sound. I just love that shit. Um, I like the line where he says, "We keep we keep the rise flowing, the Glocks blowing, the pockets swollen, poppy seeds lies growing, not as big as Samoans. Got cash flowing out the colon, beyond your yard dash like Jesse Owens, trying to get strikes and wrecks like bowling. Keep a lookout for Jake's patrolling. They hate to see a nigga by straight and holding, mad diamonds glowing, papers folding." Woo, fire. Love that shit. Alright, so that's track 14, The Heat. Track 16, Can't Stop the Shine, featuring Miss Jones. That was the second final single. There was a video for it. It takes place like in somewhere in the Caribbean or something like that. Probably like Cancun or whatever the case may be. They're out in a boat by the ocean. They're all dressed up by the pool and that kind of thing. Kool Rap just in the boat, with some mobsters. You see a very young Papoose, with the shades and stuff like that, with the Cartier shades and things like that. Very young Papoose. This is another song that was recorded in '95, which is more believable. It definitely has like a more something that the firm would have done, around like 96, 97. I just wasn't too crazy about this song. Um, I could definitely see this song being on 456. Probably would have made the album a little bit more successful. But I never liked this song. I'll be honest with you. Not for Gucci Rap, you know what I mean. So could have done without that, honestly. Then you got track 16, Cannon Fire. That was another song that was okay. The beat uses the same beat as this is an Izzy Brothers sample. Uses the same beat as Jay-Z's A Week Ago, but I feel like A Week Ago was better production wise than this one. This was cool, same beat with hard drums, but I feel like A Week Ago was better. This was okay. Track 17 is the outro. I didn't really write anything. And track 18, Daddy Figures is the bonus track. Wasn't too crazy about that. Could have done without that. Yeah, could have done without that. Now, getting into this album, um, definitely one of my favorite albums from Kool Rap. Very slept on, very underrated. It is out of print. Might be a little hard to find, just due to the fact that it was released on the Ill Street Records. I know over the time this album was going for like crazy money, like as far as like $30 and up. It still goes for that price. But if you go on Discogs or Amazon or even like eBay, you can get it for the relatively cheap. It's not cheap by any means, but like it's usually like in the teens, like starting off like $14 and up. Um, I would definitely recommend getting this album. If you can get your hands on this, definitely get this. Definitely get the US version. Don't get the UK version just because of the album cover, CD collection purposes and that kind of thing. But yeah, this is such a great album. I just love the whole concept of him being a hitman, him being lined up, his love interest getting killed, that kind of thing, and then him stealing the boss's lady on some like Tony Montana Elvira shit and Scarface, and him using like mobster references on some label shit like Jizza, kind of paying homage to that. I mean, what more can you get? Very dope. You could definitely tell he took his time. Because like I said, he wasn't living in New York. He was living in Arizona. He just felt more he felt more comfortable, if you will. He felt more at ease, and you could definitely tell he just flowed and flowed and flowed, man. And yeah, and like I said, man, this album definitely, he put out independent, and you can't get any better than that. And like I said, him being somewhat blackballed because of his street ties and things like that. Even to this day, like he's not really a street dude. Yeah, he's not. I mean, sorry, he's not really an industry guy. He's more of a street dude. Although he is signed to Rock Nation, from what I understand. But yeah, and ironically, like I mentioned before, the DJ Polo collab albums are not on streaming platforms, which is kind of crazy. But I believe this album is on streaming platforms, and you could go to Kool Rap, his Bandcamp. It's on here, so definitely check it out. But yeah, Kool Rap, Roots of Evil, released in 1998. Definitely one of his best albums. It wasn't as successful as 456, but don't let that deter you, because if you like 456, then you'll definitely enjoy this. This album was a little bit more cleaner production wise, compared to 456, was like a little more street, more gritty, that kind of thing. This was like more polished, but it still is good. Despite the fluff, like Can't Stop the Shine, Cannon Fire, and Daddy Figure, I didn't really care for those songs, but that doesn't deter me from loving this album. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed that, let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely gonna be doing Jay Connor stories, so definitely stay tuned for that. Y'all be easy. Peace.